Miss Mahua Seth. Mahua has one of the most fascinating profiles, I would say, because she is an engineer from Florida. She has worked for 25 years plus in Kolkata and various parts of the country, building leadership, making strategies. But today, she's doing something very different and very meaningful. She has co-founded Rainbow Room. What Rainbow Room does is it is the voice. In fact, she is the voice of the LGBTQ plus community, where she is giving a space, a platform for this community to feel inclusive. She is also a part of the Eastern Region chapter for Swikar, and I am very honored that Searching Soulmate has found a very good partner to voice not only the community's thought but also a greater chapter in the name of inclusivity. So welcome, Mahua ma'am.
Thank you, Sunita.
Mahua, you have worn many hats, okay, from engineering to an inclusion coach. Tell me, I really want to know that what sparked for you to get into this or for championing the inclusivity clause?
Yeah, it's a very good question, and yes, I have worn many hats. But as an engineer and technologist that I was, or am, in some ways, I'm also a very people person.
Okay.
And in an IT industry, the people power of believing in people is also very important. So I always felt that we have to make sure that the people are bringing their fullest in the most complete manner at work.
Okay.
And I was part of the D&I councils within my organizations, and we did a lot of work with women. And then I was like, why only women? Let's expand. Why are we not doing LGBTQ community? And then that's when I realized the lack of awareness or even intent, and which shocked me, because this is an educated group, a very traveled group, very aware. And I realized that if there is so much lack of awareness here, how much more work and conversation has to follow, because otherwise we cannot make inclusivity. Because once, if you are not inclusive about LGBTQ, then honestly you are not even inclusive about women. Because when it's inclusion for every individual, no matter where you come from.
So, at Searching Soulmate, we believe in creating hobby-based, safe spaces. Spaces where people can be themselves, people can, speak their mind, okay, connect with people. So I want to ask you, can you reflect on how shared interests help foster genuine connections beyond identities?
I think it's a very important thing, because often we focus too much on an identity and we think, oh, this person is gay and he's a gay man or he's a gay whatever, writer. But we forget that the writer is the main person, right? We are all a complete human being with different parts, and our gender identity or our sexual identity is only one part of it. When we are able to remove those rainbow-hued lenses through a passion, through something that we know as hobbies, then maybe it bridges that whatever misconceptions and prejudices we have, and we get to know each other better.
Absolutely.
So yes, I think that is a wonderful way to create inclusion.
So it is not the gender identity of the person, it is the person itself which should be more important.
Absolutely.
So, taking a cue from there, tell me, what does inclusivity personally means to you?
Inclusion essentially means that everybody has to be equally respected no matter where they come from.
Okay.
Right?
True.
And it has to be designed in. You cannot do a bandage. We know that our, what we have inherited in this world is unequal. And there's a lot of inequities because of earlier things. And so we can't take bandage approach to it. Let's rethink our society, rethink the way we see it. No matter who you see as a human being, it's a human being to a human being connection. Whether it's an LGBTQ, whether it's a woman, whether it's somebody who's disabled, somebody from an economically weaker background, it doesn't matter. It's a human to human connection. And as long as we learn to respect and give that person that space of honor, then that's inclusion to me.
That's absolutely right. So, hats off to you for creating this space, okay? And you also pioneered what do I say? Your Rainbow Room. So, what inspired you to do that?
So Rainbow Room turns 3 this year, and I'm so
Congratulations.
And this was part from that whole DNI experience that I had, and then when we drove LGBTQ inclusion within a corporate, and I realized that there was a lot of social isolation among the LGBTQ community, and that is very unfortunate. And there wasn't really a true open space where people could meet with safety, with the psychological safety that we can offer.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we started the Rainbow Room, where anybody within that spectrum, the whole LGBTQIA plus spectrum can come, and even the allies can come, who can meet, talk, sing, and feel belonged without fear. It's a very, very safe space where you're not going to be judged. Most critically, non-judgmental, open space. And in the 3 years, we have done so many things. We've had talks on HIV, sexual health, on mental health, on legal, provisions that are there. We've also had workshops, on movement therapy. We've done programs like Cureness and Tagore's works and Ravinder Shanget. We've done Cure-themed Ghazal nights.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that.
We've done that, which was an amazing program that we did for our 3rd anniversary. We also did pop-up. We all do annual pop-ups for Cure entrepreneurs, because we want to give a platform for Cure entrepreneurs to come and showcase what they're doing, and to have the people see that and help them with their businesses. So we even drive that. It's going to be the 4th edition in July.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Ma'am, in India, we know that this is the month of June. This is the Pride Month. There are a lot of celebrations. There are a lot of awareness programs. But in reality, we know that the history of Pride Month is not as pleasant as it looks now. Okay, it's rooted with protests and resilience. So, can you tell us briefly about it? And also, what do you personally, what is your personal opinion about the Pride Month? Personally and professionally. I said it twice, so I wanted 2 different angles.
Absolutely. June is a month for pink washing. Let's be clear. There's rainbow, whether it's corporates, whether it's bakeries, whether it is every business right now is capitalizing.
Gifting is one big business nowadays.
Yes.
Everything is.
And it is of course offensive to some degree, because it's something that you don't realize, and it's blatant capitalism, right? So while it is offensive, there's always Disability Day, there's a Disability Month. Similarly, there is a Pride Month, and I will take it. I will take it because this Pride Month, like how we are sitting here, it gives us an opportunity to go and talk. And without conversing, if we talk, there are at least 5 other people who will listen and get educated. So personally, while I look at that whole blatant capitalist view of what they are doing as celebration, I think I will still take the Pride Month because it's an opportunity for things. But we must recognize, why did the Pride Month come about, right? 1969, 28 June, well, the umpteenth time the police raided the Stonewall Inn, which is one of the places where LGBTQ folks gathered, and it was illegal and it was terrible. They were subjected to horrific medical as well as police and legal interventions, and they said enough is enough, and they protested and they rioted, and the riot continued on that street, Christopher Street, in the Greenwich Village for 5 days. They were surprised that they even had other people supporting them. Right? After 5 days, the riot finally came to a close, and in 1970, same day, people got together to do the first Pride March in New York. That was the first known Pride March in the world, and people wore, some of them wore paper hats so that people can't see. Right?
Okay.
1999, imagine, this was 1970, 69 was the Stonewall. 1999 is when President Clinton signed off this as a Pride Month. 1999 was also, incidentally, the first Pride March in South Asia, which happened right here in Kolkata.
Okay.
So Kolkata was the first Pride March that ever happened, not just in India, but whole of South Asia. So in some way, we celebrated the 25th year of that last year. So, this has been a fight and a struggle to be visible, to not hide, not be sent, not be erased from the society, right? And to me personally, pride is important because I believe everybody has the right and should have the pleasure to live authentically as themselves, because only then they can bring their full potential out, which benefits that person, the society, the world, right? And that is what we want to claim, that we do not want to be hidden. We want to bring our authentic self into this world. The LGBTQ demand that. And that's where the Pride March is. They want to be visible, they want to reclaim spaces, they want to tell we cannot be erased and we cannot be invisibilized.
So from 1969, this is 2025, we have come a long way as humankind. Okay. Now the protests, the pride walks, the celebration, everything said and done, there are still challenges, right? So, what does a queer individual face as a challenge while making, meaningful social connections?
Social isolation among queers is real. It's almost like their queer identity is like a neon light over their head. Most of them are not invited into family functions. Their partners are not invited. They are not invited into house dinners. Transgender persons are often not allowed inside malls, inside gyms, or any other places of recreation that we take for granted. Now, social isolation is absolutely and truly real in India, and that's what we need to change. And we have to open our hearts. First, we can have as many laws. There are laws which says you cannot discriminate. But until we open our hearts, the laws don't make any difference.
As you said, the discrimination starts at home.
Absolutely.
So we need to change that. So, keeping all this in mind, in Searching Soulmate, we try to offer hobbies, okay, as a third space, basically a neutral ground, as I said, where they can be themselves, they can have more connection with like-minded people, and where they can drop their labels. You don't belong to a particular label, So, do you think that hobbies or shared passions as tools to humanize one another?
Absolutely, because as you said, you drop the labels. You come in to do whatever your hobby is, be it photography, be it art, be it making journals. When you come with that passion and you're working with that passion, you're exchanging ideas, you're exchanging different viewpoints, and when you come from your pure identity or whichever identity, or different people will bring different viewpoints.
Yeah.
And that's what opens up the other person's viewpoint. So everybody gains from it, right? Everybody gains, and the labels make no difference here, because we all do together. And definitely it is something that you see beyond identities and beyond these things, to see the human being and its passion and its intellectual capacity and its talents.
So, that is what we also believe in Searching Soulmate, that a lot of us, or a lot in the society, speaks about safe spaces, not only for a particular community or gender, but as a whole humankind. Okay, so what is this safe space? Like, we believe that the safe space is when you can make connections, and the best way to make connections, if you have, Acha, you also like reading book. I love reading book. I'm reading this particular book right now. Have you read it? So this is the purest form of connection which can happen. So that is why safe spaces and inclusivity matters to us.
Absolutely.